Hey guys, Coach Tony Miracle, Campbellsville University Bass Fishing Team, and we're starting a new show. You know, we're going to be talking about tournament recaps, past tournaments, future tournaments, talking to a lot of the anglers on the team, and just keep you all informed of what's going on in Campbellsville University Bass Fishing. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about the Harris Chain of Lakes. We had a top 10 finish, Evan Fields and Karsten Raney. Stay tuned with us. We're going to jump it over to them. We're sitting here today with Evan Fields, and we're going to do a little recap of the Harris Chain of Lakes in Leesburg, Florida, the past tournament we just got back from, where Evan had a top 10 finish and really caught them. So thanks, Evan, for giving me some of your time today. So let's just jump right into it, man. So what were your thoughts, going into the Harris Chain tournament?
My thoughts going into the Harris Chain were, I knew it was going to be tough. Harris Chain's always tough. It's one of those places where, it always takes big weights, but, you get down there and the fishing's always just brutal. So I knew it was going to be a grind and that you were going to have to be mentally tough. So I know we had a good tournament last year, and I'm just going to try to replicate some of the stuff that we did last year and find some new areas, and that's what we did.
So elaborate a little bit more on that, like your plan. What was your plan going into the tournament?
Plan going into the tournament, like I just said, we're going to try to find as many high percentage key areas that we could. We ended up finding an area that had a mix between eelgrass and hydrilla. There was like an eelgrass line and then some hydrilla on back, and we looked for a bunch of new areas like that, and we ended up finding some, pretty solid areas that helped us do pretty good in the tournament.
So once you got to Harris Chain, once you got on the water, got to do some practicing, what did you have to change from like your original plan going in?
So last year when we went to the Harris Chain was 2 weeks later than when we went this year. And so those fish were, pre-spawn, so they were a lot earlier than they were last year. And so we had to look in new areas. Some of the fish hadn't moved up like they had been last year, and just finding new areas was kind of what we had to do.
So let's talk just a little bit about the actual tournament day. It's a one-day tournament. So what went right? What went wrong? Tell me about your emotions. Just tell me about the actual tournament day itself.
So during practice, we caught one bass, and it was honestly one of the toughest practices I've ever had. Now we shook off a few, and we looked on the scope and found some nice fish that we thought we could do decent in, but we didn't know that we could get a top 10 out of. And so tournament morning, we were really nervous. We had this one area that we were hoping to catch just a few key fish and then go to some other areas on some other lakes. And so we pull up to our first area, and it was slow for the first 2 hours. We probably caught 8 pounds in our best 5 in the first 2 hours, and then something happens. There was a lot of boat traffic in the area we were in, and quite a few boats left, and then all of a sudden 3-pounder, 5-pounder. We're like, oh sweet. And we caught that 5-pounder first. It was the first key fish that we caught. And I told Karsten, I was like, if we get this fish in, we're going to the natty. Because, we had something to build off of. We know we had the kicker fish that we needed to, at least qualify. And we didn't really have anything go wrong in that tournament. It was just one of those days where a lot went right. We lost one fish that was, right around 3 pounds, somewhere between 2.5 and 3 pounds. And our smallest one was 2 pounds. So it would have, bumped us up half a pound or something. But, nothing to be too upset about. It wouldn't have made us get much higher in the standings, but it was a really awesome day.
So just let's touch a little bit on the emotion side. So tell me, we're at the weigh-in. They're coming down to the wire. Everybody's coming in. You're sitting in 7th, and then you drop to 8th, then you drop to 9th, and then you drop to 10th. So just tell me about your emotions when you're sitting there in 10th place and just wondering, are we going to stay in the top 10 or are we going to fall out? And then tell me how it was when the finals was over and you finished top 10.
Coming into weigh-in, we figured we'd be on the bubble of even qualifying. We never even imagined we would be in the top 10. The weights were super low this year, but, we came in, and when we weighed in, I think we were in 6th. We were like, dang. And weigh-in was halfway over at this point. We were like, we might get a top 10. And, we kept getting bumped down. And, bass fishing, the finishes are measured in, top 5, top 10, and then like top 25. And so we knew getting a top 10 would be a really big deal, not only for us, but for the university, for points. And so we were really, really nervous. And obviously, a top 10 gets a plaque, and we wanted a plaque.
Right.
And so when weigh-in concluded and we were in 10th, we were ecstatic. We couldn't have been happier with the finish that we came in, especially not expecting to qualify, not expecting too good of a tournament, and then getting.
Well, I know I was excited,
yeah.
And just watching you all in your interactions when you realized that you had a top 10, and it was really special, and I might have had a little teary eyed there because obviously I want to see you all do good as well, but so yeah, awesome. So tell me, what was the key bait for that tournament? What got it done?
The exact bait that we caught him on was a 6-inch crocodigator COG worm, Nico rigged. Something about that bait, the fish just they liked it. They really liked it. We were throwing a bunch of different baits, and that was really the deal. And then we were throwing a 5-inch Yamamoto Senko wacky rigged, and there was isolated grass clumps, and the fish were kind of roaming in and out of it, and we'd see them on the scope and pitch them at it. And, these fish were really pressured, so we're using lightweight, light line, 6-pound line in Florida. I mean, nobody thinks
Nobody
thinks to do that.
Right.
But, it was necessary, and the Nico rig and the wacky rig was the deal.
So just kind of wrapping up here, is there anybody that you want to thank?
I want to thank the university for sure to be able to send us to all these tournaments, and for believing in us, and obviously the best coach in college bass fishing, Tony Miracle, and my parents. I couldn't have done any of this without my mom and my dad and my family. So it was just a lot of hard work paid off this week and this past week at the Harris Chain. So couldn't be happier.
Well, first of all, I just want to say that I'm very happy with your success and your growth. And from last year to this year, I feel like you've done a complete 180, and you're really heading in the right direction. And I can start to see you stepping into a leadership role and wanting to start to make this team, your own. And I appreciate that as a coach. And I want to thank you for all your hard effort and being a great teammate and just getting the job done. Sitting here with Karsten Raney, top 10 finish at the Harris Chain of Lakes in Leesburg, Florida.
Oh yeah,
Man, that was a fun tournament.
it was a fun tournament.
So, man, tell me your thoughts about going into the tournament.
Well, going into the tournament, it's always exciting. Fishing in Florida, you never know really what to expect. And after practice, especially, we weren't expecting very much at all. We were pretty down in the dumps. I had my boat there too for the Natty where I had to fish by myself. So we were kind of able to separate a day and break some stuff down and get some water out of the way. We found one spot that, we thought we could qualify off of, do pretty good. But that's about how practice went.
So what was your plan? What was your plan of going into the Harris Chain tournament? 1-day tournament.
Yeah, going to the plan, of course, is just going in, catching as many fish as we can, and filling our limit first, and working on our bigger fish. And our goal was just to qualify. That was our goal. It's always cool to qualify at the first tournament of the year to get that out of the way, have that stress off your back.
So let's talk about practice. So you go into the first day of practice. Was there any changes from your original plan? I know you got a plan going in. Did you change anything up? Did things change?
No, not really. The only plan we had was really go scope around in a few spots we had some memories of and just go check them out. And most of them didn't produce like we thought they were going to, but that one spot luckily produced for us, and we were able to pull out the top 10.
So it's a 1-day tournament. So it's a little more added stress from going into a 1-dayer. So just tell me a little bit about that day. What went right? What went wrong? Right.
Well, we pulled up on our first spot, and we caught We actually didn't move the trolling motor at all the whole day. We didn't lift it. We stayed in the same spot the whole day. And we were getting kind of stressed out because there was other boats around us catching, 7-pounders. And the second place boat was right beside us all day, so that's a little intimidating. So we have probably by 10:30 we have 12 pounds maybe. So we're stressing. The guys staying there all day still just catching 5-pounders beside us. We're like, well, we don't know what to do. We got to stay here. There's fish here. So we stayed there. Fields lost a couple fish. They just didn't bite it right. I lost one or two. So it's just how it goes though. But
So let's talk about the emotion. Weigh-in. You're at weigh-in. You know you had a decent bag of fish. I think y'all were sitting somewhere 6th or 7th, and then you start dropping.
Right.
7th, 8th, 9th,
Right.
and then the 10th.
Right.
What was the emotions?
Well, it was weird because like the whole ride in, we got the long idle through the canals and stuff, and we're worried we're not even gonna qualify. We're in Florida right now and we have 15 pounds. Like we're not qualifying. There's no way. So we get on stage and he's like, "That's a top 5 right now." We're like, "What?" So then our minds kind of shifted of, hey, we could bring home some hardware and some good points. So it was weird. It's emotional.
So the hammer drops. You got a top 10.
Yep.
Got the plaque. Got great points for your team. Just tell me a little bit about that.
Oh man, it's exciting. We jumped up a lot, especially after the Natty and the 2 top 20s we had at Harris Chain. So, it's exciting watching our team grow together and work together. I'm seeing a lot of progress with our team, and I'm very excited about it. So,
Well, I know that I have to say, as a coach, you're a junior now, then you're your 3rd fishing season, and, the changes that you have made, the growth that you have made from your freshman year to now, it's been fun to watch.
Yeah.
You can almost see the light bulb coming on, and you're doing great in the classroom. You're becoming a great leader of the team. Recruits come in. You really spend a lot of time with them, everything like that. So, as a coach's standpoint, I appreciate your effort, and I'm glad that you're a part of this team.
Me too. It's going to be a fun year for sure.
I agree.
It's going to be a good year for us.
Anybody you want to thank?
I just thank all of our sponsors, Lawrence, Spro, Gamakatsu, Don Franklin, of course. They get us all around the country. They're great to us. So, and of course, all of our family, all of our teammates.
Awesome, man. Thanks for a little
problem.
bit of your time. Yeah. I know that the semester's getting kicked back in. You got a lot of class stuff going on, and I appreciate you sitting down with me.
No problem.
All right, man. Hey guys, we really appreciate you all tuning in. Really pumped up, man. We're on a roll. Our team is excited and fired up. Sitting in 5th place right now in the country, and we're really looking to jump up into that top 3. I really want to just take a quick second just to really thank all of our sponsors. Obviously, Campbellsville University, they support us so much. They really stand behind us. All the professors just work with our kids and allow us to travel and do what we love. Don Franklin, could not get anywhere without you all. Keep us on the road. Service department's awesome. Keep all of our trucks running great. Renegade Marine keeps all of our boats serviced. Sherb's great. Love you. Thank you. Taylor County Bank, Spro, Gamakatsu, Pro Services. Todd, thank you so much. We're going to talk more about this later, but Todd's hooking us up with a new boat storage. Y'all definitely want to stay tuned and to see how that's coming along. And I want to thank my anglers. They work hard in the classroom. They work hard on the water. I tell you, we just got a great thing going here. We got a great program. Taylor County Tire. Gosh, there's so many. Three Brothers Baits. Saloma Baptist Church. Auto Smart. Arctic Cat Stand. You're the man. Well, everybody, we just thank you so much. Appreciate all your support, and Tiger up.